Okay, so women have gone too far. I will try to be general about this without too much anger or specifics, and hopefully with a little bit of hope at the end. But women have gone too far. I'm not sure where to begin. Well, for me to say simply that this whole thing has gone too far, I guess I will need to say where they should have stopped. Okay? In a nutshell, where women should have stopped is they should have stopped when they started being honest. They should have just stopped at they're no longer lying about it. Lying about what you say? Well, simply hypergamy. But I will try to start this bulleted essay in a more structured and positive way. So I will not go into what marriage was or how it is supposed to be, or even the societal purpose of it. If you want to know what marriage is supposed to be and its purpose, I will tell you to look at the Alan Watts video on my favorites list relative to love and marriage. Alright? So I will start with what biology and society says male and female relationships are supposed to be like. Simply put, a woman, uh, or the access to a woman, is supposed to either drive or encourage a man to greatness or to success. Or a woman is supposed to reward a great or successful man with access to her sex. This is based on a sort of objectivist, self centered, narcissism light personal viewpoint where you, the man or woman, view yourself as so awesome and cool and precious and unique and just the best thing in the world that you would only grant, allow, or share sex or risk possibly polluting yourself, your temple, your body is a temple, uh, or risk reproducing um, with other people only if they were the best people of your choosing. Because you are like awesome and cool, and you will only defile yourself or risk having children with other awesome and cool people, right? Who you want, and you are only supposed to want the best person. I will not go into the best person or what that means, but I will say that you are supposed to have such a high opinion of yourself, regardless of the facts relative to others, that you only grant sexual access to a chosen few. The operative words there being chosen and few. They should be of equal worth to you, uh, thus, your chosen desired partner, and you are supposed to try and be worthy, but not being a lying piece of crap, a thief, a cheater, a criminal, etc. Not only are you supposed to not be bad, but this desire to attract or have the best possible partner is supposed to drive you to also be good and not just avoid being bad. Right? We're supposed to all aspire to be good. We're supposed to aspire being good in our partners. We're supposed to punish being bad in ourselves and in others. And this is all supposed to encourage a sort of uh, upward trajectory of self, couple, children, society. That's a sort of basic biological societal premise for marriage and mating and children, etc. Right? So, this was the point of the marriage, mating, dating system for the last few generations. And it seemed like a good system. Well, look how far it got us, right? You got someone that was attempting to earn you and keep you because they thought you were worthy of them. The operative words being worthy and them. And they wanted to reciprocate this by trying to be worthy of you as well. This kept both partners happy. This sort of, you are worthy, and because you're worthy of me, and I hold you in such high esteem, I'm going to try to live up to your level. And you're sort of in a reciprocating competition of goodness and awesomeness, right? That's the idea, right? We won't get into the hundreds of years ago marriage, uh, paternity uncertainty, etc. We won't get into that, right? But in the last several generations, what I just described was the ideal system. But the modern system, the one we have currently, the modern world has lost sight of this, and thus modern women have gone too far. I recently had an interesting day, and I must say that many men in the manosphere are right. I believe Dub is Irate said something like, who the fuck do these women think they are? Uh, I am ball, burn the ender. I mean, I was trying to take it with a grain of salt. I was trying to be like, yeah, hey, we all got our faults and mistakes, right? We're all just people. Let's get over it. But no, recently I've come to the conclusion that yes, things have gone too far. So I will try to be brief here. Take some advice from somebody. Modern American women of almost all, how shall I say, values seem to think that they are nines and tens, even if they are not. And because of this self perception, seem to think they're simply entitled to behave as if they are nines and tens, which by itself would not be an issue. We all need high self esteem and high sense of self respect, right? But couple this attitude, this sort of delusional attitude, with the fact that even a 9 or a 10, a female who's an actual, like, living goddess, right? A 9 or a 10 would not behave in the ways I see these women behave today. It just wouldn't happen. And I recently had a day where the whole story unfolded in front of me, almost as if there's a reason and plan to the universe, right? Okay, so there were these three women. Uh, One openly stated that men are stupid and pretty much just good for money and sex. That all she really wanted was a guy to follow her around and watch her buy stuff. Right? Okay, like ideally she wanted a gay guy friend to go shopping with, and then like just guys to have sex with and buy her stuff. And she like openly said this, like in front of other men, right? Um, all right, whatever. Then another girl today, or the other day actually, openly admitted that she will only get married for money and thinks her children do not need a father. They just need a mother that has a good job, i.e., money, right? And to the end of money is the only stated reason she would she gives to get married. She openly states the only reason why she would even consider marrying a dude if he had enough money to pay for her kid from another dude. Short of that, she just wants to do it herself. Totally ignoring all the data, right, about children of single parents being more prone to drug and alcohol abuse, jail, criminal behavior, mental institutions, mental illness, etc. Right? Just the downward trajectory of individual members of society. Right? The single common factor is, not being poor, not being a minority, but being a product of a single parent home, which oddly a lot of poor and minorities are. You know, it kind of makes sense if you think about it. And yet a third girl, right? Okay, and they're just saying all this out in the open, right? Two men, right? It's blatantly flat out, right? So yet another girl states that and this is a quote, she enjoys destroying men's hopes and dreams. And I asked why. For no reason. She simply enjoys friend zoning uh, uh, pussy hungry dudes, right? She, she just enjoys it, openly states it, right? Uh, I think she really just likes the attention, right? PUAs talk about feeding their ego, right? Blah blah blah. So, question is, where have they gone too far, right? And I think I've said it. Um, they aren't even lying about it anymore and openly saying these things to men's faces, right? Now, saying it to me is fine. They know, almost everyone I know knows that I'm opting out, right? And I will never totally trust another human being or woman specifically ever again. That I unfortunately am currently not profitable enough uh, yet to afford serving their openly stated ends. This doesn't bother me, right? Um, Many of them say all I need is one or two things, and that I would be very popular and successful with the ladies, even the young ones. Uh, and this is true. It's been true my whole life. I'm trying not to be a narcissist and flatter myself, okay? Yes, I just need two items, and I'm totally back in the game. I don't really want to be in the game, because after what I encountered lately, I might opt out completely. I mean, in like forever. And yeah, that's like giving up a huge thing. I mean, I love womanly affection. Just everything about it. It's really awesome, right? But they say these things not just to my face, but to like other men too, even young men, right? Like young guys, just get this like out in the open, out in the street, like all the time. Like I don't think we need YouTube or internet red pills anymore. I mean, women are just throwing the red pill like on the street, like out in the open, like bam, 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 like everywhere. I mean, I think someone else commented on one of my videos that with the destruction of broadcast and cable media, with people just Netflixing and Hulu and video games and just there's only so much time in the day. You got to eat right, work out, hygiene, work, transportation. Yeah, I mean, commercials, TV. Yeah, who's got the time? So with the destruction of popular media, like network media, I don't think I don't think the red pill is going to be like a secret thing we need to give out. I think the red pill's exponentially growing. I don't understand it. It's like and this goes back to why I think this has gone too far. I mean, okay, right? They say these things not just to my face, but to other men too, even young men. And these women are no great catch. Like it's like I am ball stated, step up, white knight, and claim your prize. They are. poisoning their own well. And this is where it's gone too far. I mean, who are these women to feel like they can openly claim entitlement to the treatment only a well bred and well raised and well educated 9 or 10 would get? And, and the most offensive part is that on that same day, I actually saw a well educated, well bred, well raised 9.5. I mean, just beautiful, 5'8", 5'10", sun bleached, light brown hair, like blonde, like like sapphire blue eyes, perfectly bronze skin, great legs, worked out. I mean, a 9.5, just wow. And she smiled at me, and and in that moment, this is when this essay or this bulleted list came to mind. I mean, I could tell in that moment that even that 9.5 would never even admit to the above truths. Women entitled to be picky and entitled, like many average to below average women act today, would never even tell men or even other women the truth. They would be classy enough to at least lie about it. And this is where it's gone too far. Okay? It's gone too far. Even the women that would be entitled, would be capable of saying this crap to my face, right? And have me smile about it and take it, wouldn't. And the fact that these fours and fives, like, these baby daddy having ladies, these tattooed, beasties, like, are saying this crap with an attitude, not just to me. Hey, look, I know I fell hard. Like, whatever. I'm getting over it. I'm getting over it fast, thanks to you guys. But to young men, like, in their early 20s, like, guys are like, I might want to, like, try to, like, work hard and get a good job and not commit crimes and not screw up my life and not get into drug and substance abuse. I might want to, like, try to really make it in society so that I could have a house and a job and a bank account, so that I could state. I've heard more than a few men say this lately, young men and below 25, so that I could raise a family, have a family, right? And these women are poisoning their own opportunities. And I don't know where it's coming from, right? And so, a brief story about myself. So, I was sort of in shock, right? I couldn't believe it. Uh, I was just gonna, like, go home and relax. I was gonna go home and meditate. I got some other things on my plate. I got some other issues I got to deal with, right? You know, I got my own life. Okay, I'm opting out for a reason, right? Hey, I don't have to deal with this, right? Um, but I'm standing there, smoking a cigarette, trying not to think about this, and then a nice 5.5, uh, brunette, like, nice average looking, not overweight, young 20 something white girl, just walks up and she's standing there and she's smoking too. And, she turns around. We're trying to not interact. We're trying not to be weird. You know, excuse me. We're trying to act normally. So she, turns around to light her cigarette and, hey, she's got a great butt. Okay. So she's not repugnant. She obviously seems, how should I say, reserved, right? Um, she's got a great butt. So automatically bumped up to sixth category. I'm thinking, hey, it's been a while, under a little bit of stress, right? Let's throw a conversation out there. And it works. I'm getting into a conversation. We're talking about TV shows. Like, I got some good icebreakers. I got some good opening lines. I can kind of read a woman right off the bat. I'm a little ashamed. I'm bottom feeding a bit. And this girl seems like I had to screen her there for a second. Like, is she handicapped, mentally ill, or just extremely shy? After about 5 minutes, I was like, okay, she's just extremely shy. I wouldn't be committing a moral, legal, or ethical crime here, right? And so I'm I'm melting that ice. I'm breaking it. Like, I'm sort of had a rough week. Definitely had a rough day that day. Like, hey, this might be the solution to my problems, right? Never, like typical pussy addict. Solution to my problems, pussy. Um, but right, but then that 9.5 walks by. That 5'8", 5'10", just goddess on earth. And she looks at me and she smiles. That smile in her eye, knowing that I'm trawling, knowing I'm bottom beating, knowing I'm ladies manning it up, bus stop skanking it up, right? And be honest, this girl wasn't a bus stop skank. I'm just saying, like, where she saw me batting below my league, and she gave me that smile, like that sort of typical man, typical just fuck anything man. But in her eyes was, hey, live up to your potential, live up to me and our kind, live up to it, right? Because we won't forsake you. Yes, the true nines, the true tens, the true women of well uh, bred stock, the true women of class and education, they won't throw a good man under the bus. They won't totally discount him. If if that's what you truly want, if that's what you truly want, gentlemen, no Walt, as they say, if that's what you truly want, a woman who, hey, she's got a good job, she comes from a good family, she's, got a nice car, she doesn't need you, she wants you. If you want a woman to want you, not need you, you want a woman to be with you, not because of what you can do for her, right? Then yeah, be the best you can be, and there are good ones out there, goddesses out there who want you to not screw up, not be this PUA Black Knight douchebag, not catch a case, not bang every four, five, six, and seven out there. They want you to value yourself so that when you value them, they know that you're choosing them because you want them, not because you need them, not because you need some, not because you're pussy hungry, not because you're thirsty, not because you're desperate, right? In that moment when I thought any woman would do, simply the smile of a goddess told me to go my own way, to hey, what were you thinking? Hey, pussy addict, were you thinking that fix was going to solve anything? You're going to solve it. You have to solve your own life, make your own life happy and better. And then eventually, one of us will find you, right? And guys, even if you never find that woman, you are trying to make your life the best life for you. Like I said in another video, just go your own way, man. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you the best. And stop feeding this culture of women who have simply gone too far. They are just brazen. Brazen. And so there you go. Um, I hope this gave you a little something to think about, a little something to ponder, a little something to discuss among yourselves. And I hope it gives you hope. Yeah, don't despair, man. Don't despair. But if you ever needed to know why so many men want to go their own way, well, just ask women what they have to say. Because trust me, they don't even bother lying about it anymore. Alright, guys. Yours truly